Family, we're back. It's a shame. Can't stop, won't stop. We will continue the chronicles and we'll go right back in. So hold on, family. I'm sure some people will check in. Let's get our C star and we'll get into conversation. We won't hesitate. Let's get back into conversation. Some people are still on the other feed. I'm going to go into this one. C star? I can hear you. I know that you're on this feed. Nobody's in this room yet because I think they're still in the other room. But we're going to continue our conversation. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I just wanted to make sure everyone's kind of jumping out of the other room. They're jumping in our room. People quickly jump in this room. Eligió, Antichrist. The Antichrist has a lot of control over the electrical waves because he has 50 million laptops in his room and they are trying to break down. What are they? They're hacking into the system. They hacked into my show. So we're back. So we're going to continue the conversation. Can't stop, won't stop. So C-Star, so when you spoke to Eligió about Stephanie's condition, Mama Serenity's condition, what exactly did you say?
Well, this is right after she had the baby, and I've been contemplating a while to ask these questions because she looks bad. Everyone can see it. She looks really bad. But with him, you have to really be careful when you come to him with certain questions.
Yes.
Because I know, like, if he's in a bad mood, it'll be another block party.
That's
so
right.
I waited till I saw that he was, like, in a calmer mood, and I asked him, I was like, all honesty, I'm just asking, is Stephanie okay? And I was like, you don't have, and I said immediately after that, you can see it on the text, you don't have to tell me her personal business. I just want to know she's okay. And he said to me, she says she's fine. And then a little bit later, because I had a friend contact me, my friend is suffering from HIV. I will not display their name or anything like that. And I brought it up to him, and that's where the conversation led into, I've cured HIV and I've cured herpes.
So he said to you, just like in the text, the way that he texted is just exactly what he said. He said he can cure it. Because you know what?
The second.
Yeah.
Yes, he said it himself. And then after that, he immediately ended the text. He's like, yo, can I just call you? Because if you look at the text looks kind of it looks funny because we're trying to keep up with each other's reply.
Yeah.
So, I would say something twice, and then he would say something twice and refer to the thing I said before the last thing. I said, it would get complicated. So he's like, I'm just going to call you. And then when we got on the phone, he said, she looks really bad. The baby looks bad. He's like, I'm just thinking about zipping. Me and Eliana should just leave. We're about to leave. He's like, maybe he'll take Tron and Flo with him because those are the only ones that keep it real. He said that Rambo and Stephanie are doing a lot of back talking behind the scenes, and he's sick of it. This is what he said.
He said that
verbatim. And he can come on live, and I will talk to him.
That's right.
But I'm not doing the deflection. I'm not doing the pseudoscience.
That's right.
I only deal with the truth.
To Mount Vernon.
Even facts change. Yeah. It was a fact once upon a time that the world was flat, and now we think it's round. Like, facts change.
That's right.
The truth does not change.
That's right. It doesn't shapeshift. Truth doesn't shapeshift.
No.
Okay.
No, you can't talk your way around the truth. He thinks he can talk his way out of HIV. You can't.
Okay. Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question, C-Star. When you saw the mark underneath Eliana's arm, what did you think? Because remember we talked about this. What did you say you think that mark underneath her arm was?
To me, well, first when I went to backtrack when Young Farrell brought it up, he thought that it was from abuse. I don't think that he's abusing them right now. I don't think he's in the mind capacity to be abusing them. He seems kind of like he has his tail tucked between his legs. But then when the HIV came up, and I started looking up symptoms, because I was listening to what Stephanie was saying, because like I said before, the more they talk, the more they reveal.
Yes.
So I was kind of listening and trying to put the puzzle pieces together, and a big thing came up about bruising and how it would look like a bruise, and that's a big indication of HIV, especially around the lymphatic areas, which is the neck and the armpits. And that's around where she had that mark. And I was like, that could be a sign of early stage of HIV.
So you think, it could be. So you're saying it could very well be an early stage of HIV underneath Eliana's armpit. Yes, and pregnancy. Also, pregnancy does exacerbate any ailment. We've known to be pregnant. If you have like a little toothache, it's a full-on infection in your mouth when you're pregnant. Everything gets exasperated.
Yeah. So lack of pigment around his nose. You can everything I'm saying to you people, you can Google it yourself. But vitiligo is another indication of untreated HIV.
So on Nature Not's nose, pseudo Eligió Antichrist Bishop's nose, he is starting to lose pigmentation on his nose, which could be an indication of some of the symptoms of HIV. Is that what you said?
And I'm sorry, I'm an esthetician by trade, so I study dermatology. You do not get hyperpigmentation or hypopigmentation from dry skin. It doesn't happen.
Okay. So that is another indication. Now, looking at, and we're going to be gingerly with Stephanie, looking at Stephanie physically and prior to her coming into his camp. Remember, on her video, she said she's been better. She was healed. She's better since the first day she entered his camp. Would you denote how she looked prior, and can you tell me how she looks now?
She looks like she's withering away. She looks like she's withering away. And you can Google pictures of HIV patients in the 80s, and she doesn't look that far off. She looks like she has no muscle mass. Her eyes are sunken. Even when she was pregnant, like, I don't understand. I've known women to lose weight when they're pregnant. You don't lose muscle mass and there's certain features that you still have. Your face still fills out because the blood, you have more blood in your system.
You do.
So when you're pregnant,
thicker.
this is a science.
I know this personally. Fact. Yeah.
You might lose weight and lose
initially.
fat cells. You may lose fat cells initially, but you're getting more blood, so you still look plump.
You look plump and thicker. Usually the face gets a little rounded, the nose gets a little wider. She wasn't having that. Now, if you notice with Eliana, what I noticed with her is that she's starting to begin to look a little bit like Serenity. She's starting to look like Stephanie. She's losing mass. I'm noticing her arms are getting very thin.
She's starting to look gaunt.
Yeah, she's starting to look like her face is getting thin.
You can look at all Velvet's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm coming over a cold. I know my voice is a little scratchy.
No,
but
okay.
If you look at Velvet's old pictures on Facebook and her whole family, they are some thickums.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Still even when she first got there, she was thickums.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now she looks unhealthy. She looks unnaturally thin. And even Stephanie, when she was in quote unquote Babylon, which is just the States, I guess, I don't know. When she was there, she was skinny, very skinny up top, but she still had some thighs to her. Like,
yes.
If you look at her, she still had, like, some black woman thighs. She was a very attractive, beautiful woman. And now it's like he literally sucked the life out of her.
Yes. Now, I noticed that the girls that were there the longest, remember, we got to talk about the camp. You have a group of women. The ones that have been the longest are pseudo chief, fake mother of the earth, not plain, Eliana, and also with Stephanie / Fury / Willow / what's her name? Serenity.
Stephanie Leonard. That's her name.
Stephanie Leonard. Yes.
40-year-old woman.
If you notice with her, those two have been there the longest, and I'm starting to notice that they're taking on gaunt looks. Makes me think that you're absolutely correct. If we take the time frame that they ended there, whenever a sickness exasperates, it starts to show up within a year or two. This would be around the same time if I'm studying rats or I'm studying a placebo and a real study, placebo against something that's substantially real or tangible. I would note that there is a change in the way that both of them physically are showing up, especially pregnant. When you're pregnant, and I know, because being pregnant, I know your face gets thicker, your hair actually gets longer. I'm noticing that even with Stephanie, her hair didn't grow. Usually pregnancy, it doesn't matter if we have coiled hair or not, our hair grows during pregnancy.
It's like a weed.
Yes. It becomes more, first of all, also you're absorbing minerals a little differently. Also, you're distributing waste a little differently. Your hair tends to be a little longer, thicker. My hair tends to get wavy when I'm pregnant. Willow's hair is not growing. It's also a sign of depreciation and also malnutrition. But this could all be an exacerbation of the disease that Nature Not said she has, which is HIV. And why would he say that? Why he said that?
Me. And he wasn't hacked. He wasn't hacked.
Thank you. Say that again. Please say this again, C-Star. Say it out loud again. You are the person. You are the person who. Yes, you are the person who texted us.
Nature Boy Bishop. I am the person. My handle is, I have two handles, Hudson River Apothecary on Instagram and Amber the Oracle on Instagram. Nature Boy Eligió Bishop said to me that Stephanie Willow Serenity, as he calls her now, came there with HIV, but he cured it. And when we got on the telephone, so I know he wasn't hacked, he can try to play that I was hacked stuff. When we got on the telephone, he said, do you know what HIV is? This is what he said to me. I'm like, it's a virus. And he's like, yeah, but do you know all it is a lack of T cells. So all you got to do is replace the T cells and then HIV goes away. And y'all like, this is what he said to me. And I'm like I couldn't believe my ears.
He's trying to convince himself.
He also said to me, he said he cured her. He's like, you want to know how you cure HIV? Grounding. He did not even say the B6 diet or anything like that. He said putting your feet on the ground.
That's why he's crying right now. That's why he's crying.
HIV with. He said this to me. I know everybody, the conscious community, to know, and you can reach out to me if you want to. That's right.
Like this is the woman who's This is the woman who said it.
And I really hope that, like, later on tonight or whenever, you could call him and we could get on the phone together.
That's
right.
And
I guarantee you, I'll be all type of jealous. I'll be all type of cons. I'll be all type of, you need to mind your business.
He won't let us talk.
Everything under the sun, but you know what? I won't be a fucking liar.
That's right.
But I'll be all that because I'm not affected by that, and I don't care about that stuff because I don't see validation from outside sources.
Thank you. This is the C-Star. This is her personally who actually was the one interacting and talked to him herself. So he's telling everybody it's a lie. He's telling everybody. And also, when I asked him last night, he said, how do you know it was me? That's his way of denying it. Just like when he sent penis pictures. Yeah, penis pictures to Ashay Divine. The first thing he said is, how do you know it's mine? Did you see my face? That's his way of lying and telling you it's to try to deflect it.
The tranny wasn't him.
Yes.
And all this stuff wasn't him. But you cannot hide, especially when you put everything on the internet. You can't hide from the truth, baby.
It's true.
You can't.
Receipts. We have the receipts.
What is wrong with him?
We have the receipts.
I don't know what. And let me say this too.
Yes.
I may speak very direct and very angrily, but I say everything, even to Eligió, I say what I'm saying with divine truth and love.
Yes.
Because somebody has to be real with you. You can surround yourself with as many yes men as you want, but somebody has to be real with you. And you're gonna hate you. People hate the truth. People hate it.
It's true. And why he's crying and why after a discussion with me scared them to their core. Why they got scared when they talked to me, because they know Fleur Brune knows what's going on genetically.
And yes, exactly. You know,
I know.
There's still time for all of them to redeem themselves. There's still time for them to grow. There's still time for them to learn. There's still time for them to say, like, well, I'm sorry. I want to make this right. And
let's state this as well. They denied the fact that the little boy's eyes didn't open. I saw the feed and only one eye open and it goes back to closed. Something's going on with the little one. I hope that
a picture of the baby with the baby's eyes open, but and also in that picture, if you look at that baby, how skinny he is, like, and he can easily people with blindness or any type of issues, they open their eyes momentarily.
That's what he did,
but,
and something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Hurry up and took a quick picture.
Something's wrong. His eyes open very little. That's not usually babies. We've all had babies. Babies they sleep, but they open their eyes to look around. My daughter looked around. Both daughters eyes open wide the whole time after birth. Their eyes were never really closed except, when they go to sleep. They shut her down. Hold on. They shut down her feed. Listen, Eligió. They shut her down. Listen, Eligió, Antichrist, Bishop, pseudo chief with pseudo wife of the unnatural underworld plane. Can't stop, won't stop. We're going to get the truth out. You spoke to this young lady on the phone. You talked to her. Not only did you message her, but you talked to her. Stop lying to people, telling them that's a lie. You said Stephanie has HIV. You said it. Don't get mad at everybody else for saying what you said. You purposefully put it out there so that she would leave, so her life wouldn't be in the line, and you would look like the murdering bastard that you are. It doesn't matter if she leaves today or tomorrow. If something happens to that young lady and that baby, the blood is on your hands. Because you knew she had what she had when she came there, and you knew what you had. And 2 cases of different strains of HIV and AIDS can exasperate a situation. So you are having sex with young girls who don't even live the fullest of their lives, and you are infecting these women with all kinds of HIV, and they're infecting. The men look sick. Every man on your camp looks like he is emaciated. They are warriors. They couldn't hit a mate. My mate could come there and smack him in their face. They couldn't even fight him back. Don't play games with semantics, Mr. Eligió, Bishop, Antichrist of the underworld. We see you. And why I care? Because every baby matters on this planet. Me as a mother would be so informed, or I wouldn't be righteous if I didn't address the beast that is hurting another child. That little beautiful little boy deserves a chance. You should tell her to go to the doctor. If you love her and care about them or are protectors of them, why would you sit there and watch her? Why would you sit there and watch her basically fall apart? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you give her a chance? So you try to kick her out 3 times? Why don't you just send her to the doctor and let her know she has a home? You're asking, why would I give her a home? Then she already has a home. In the same breath, you just try to kick her out 3 times. Why don't you send the young lady to the doctor so that she can get the proper care for herself and the baby? If anything's wrong with the baby, give him a chance. He's still new. You're crying at night because you know that you're the demon that you call everybody else. The Antichrist. Listen, Christians. This is on your watch, Christians. This is one of yours. He is the other side of the same coin. You need to find this beast, and he needs to be accountable, Mexico authorities. He needs to be tested immediately. I call upon the authorities, spiritually and otherwise, to make this man accountable. If anything happens to one of those babies and women on your watch, it will be your fault. Mama Dia's blood is still on your hand. It still hasn't dried. You can't wash that stain away. We got you. You can mess with my feed. You can try to hack into my system. It's already been detailed. As above, so below, so within, so without. If everything's a reflection of you, so is the truth. So in every lie that you put out, there will be a truth to rebuke you. I have 0 other reasons to discuss this. There are so many beautiful things in the world, but you are the ugly part of the world. You are part of the old patriarchy that sits there and puts a foot on women's necks and expects that you're going to live holistically in our new realm. I'm sorry. You're sadly mistaken. You won't be allotted. So long as we have females, mothers, the matriarchy that's coming online that loves humanity, that wants healthy, holistic value for all life, all children, all colors, all creeds, you won't have a home healthy here. You will be hunted down like the dirty beast that you are. It's dragon season. And as you saw in California, everything that's not right will be burned apart, burned up. The disinfection is here. The purge is upon us. 2 years these young ladies have been here. 2 years. Infected with a viral disease. One could have possibly come here. I have a feeling that she had it, but I have a feeling the reason why you let her come to the camp and you so easily and so eagerly stuck your disgusting, dirty wand in her is because you had it too. That's what makes you diabolical. And you won't be able to sleep. You will have tears, cry a river. Because again, every day that baby doesn't get stronger, every day that Stephanie Serenity doesn't go to the doctor, I'm calling for Rambo to be a real man. Rambo, take that beast and tell him about himself. Check him and wreck him. How dare you let him put your baby in harm's way? Unlike everybody else, I know that's your baby. I can see the phenotype. That's your child. Rambo, step up to the plate. Take out the other alpha. Be the new alpha. Be the change you want to see in the world, and do it for your son. Don't do it because there's a crazy lady online that you think doesn't really care. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for all those talking about him. Do it for your son. This is your first child. Be the protector that he needs to see. Be the character that he could be proud of. Be the warrior, the Latino warrior, the Mexicano warrior, the Incan warrior, the Maya warrior that your ancestors were. Step up to the plate and protect that son. He doesn't deserve this. If something's going on with his eyes, they can help him. They can give him nourishment, something to allow him to feed. He's not getting enough nourishment, baby. I've seen it. Don't let him pass away, because if he does, Rambo, you're going to be the one with the blood on your hands too. So anyway, family, I don't want to stay too much on his feed. He already cut down the other feed. I'm going to be tonight with Ashe Divine talking about the other things. We're going to be on Instagram tonight. We're going in all day. I've dedicated this day. The full moon is in Gemini. It's Gemini season in the full moon. I'm going in with Ashe Divine on Instagram. If you can check me out on Instagram, we'll go in live. We're going to talk about some of the idiosyncrasies. This one of our sea stars, you know, who contacted me with the message and her direct conversation. We're going to get into that conversation. This needs to be exposed. And why does it matter? That's what Nature Knock kept asking me. Why does it matter? Why is it your business? Because I care. I care. I actually care what happens to the babies. Before, I tried for the women and we helped them. Yaya left, and I take some credit for that. Because without that interview with Kino, he would have never blown up. When he imploded after I did the interview with Kino, that was his fall, fall from fame. And this one, hopefully, I chipped away at that group, and I can free a couple of people. And yes, those women are choosing to be there, and yes, they're grown, but they're mentally unstable. And I would just ask at least one of them that I think is a little more rational. Sheba, Mama Mia, I know that you hear me, and I know that you probably don't really even like me, but I will say to you, you're worthy, you're special, and you have everything you need. You don't require anything outside of yourself. And for every person who didn't tell you how beautiful you were, for every person that made you feel lower about yourself, I see the divinity in you. Out of all those in that group, you're the one that shines the brightest with that beautiful carbon skin. I hope that you'll take this message, and I say to you, I hope that you get free. And I extend an olive branch to you if you happen to do so, because I have a feeling I see a bright future for you, Sea Star. The other ones, they have a dark future, especially those who left their children. But you, my love, you'll be okay. All right. So anyway, family, I'm out. I hope all's well. I'm sorry I put you through this. I mean, we joined today. And all those, I want to apologize for any mother who has a child who's special needs, or any parent. This was not any disrespect to those with special needs. Remember, my mother was a special needs teacher. Also, I taught special needs. I in no way was poking fun at special needs children. I was basically showing how a group of people who don't even have basic skills and brain capacity to be able to think for themselves. And again, you can see just Eliana, one day of listening to a word that she's never heard before, she could parrot it the next day. That shows how limited she is, and how complicit she is in the things he does. That's why she stayed there the longest, because she's just like him. And that's why her karma will be the strongest out of everyone. When she let that man talk to her father in any which way and disrespect her daddy, who brought her body into this earth plane, she sealed her faith. And her child will be her karma, like Master Teacher told her. All right, so family, I love you. Take care, be well. Full moon in Gemini. Do what you do. Sage yourself, cleanse yourself, and we'll come back. I'm gonna talk about some other things other than this. Today, I'm just going to make sure I solidify and give credence and credibility to this, so that people don't think that he's telling the truth. He's lying to you, family. He said that girl has HIV, and chances are he had it too. So the whole group is most likely infected, and it's sad, and that's a health concern, and also that's being used as a bioweapon against people. So we want to make sure young people aren't going to the camp and being infected by them. They're not living in the jungle. They're living in a B&B around a whole bunch of homes that are highly dense. There's other people living there. That's a lie. He's being paid by a governmental agent who was indeed previously his lover. That is why he's able to stay there. and buy electronics and sit in the room. The man is also a grown man who sucks his thumb at 36 or 37. These are pokes and holes. He's a starchitarian, so he's eating things that are atrophying his brain synapses and his mental capacity. That's another hole in his theory. And everything he says is from the land of make-believe, and all the lost children are going to his compound. So for those who are still thinking that this is a place for you to go, if you go there, then you deserve absolutely everything you get, because we told you and we already warned you. So can't stop, won't stop. Love you, family. Peace. Peace.